Hello again. So I've seen the Oracle Obsessed tag on YouTube a bit lately, and I decided I wanted to do it. So you could say I'm Oracle Obsessed. Now, I only own 4 decks right now, but that's just because of the limits of money. My wish list is ridiculous. We'll get to that. Alright. First question, what was your very first Oracle deck? Well, I actually bought 2 together the first time I bought an Oracle deck, so 2 were my first. And they are the Witch's Oracle and the Fairy Forest Oracle. So these were my first. What is your current favorite deck? That would be the Witch's Oracle. I adore this deck so much. It is much smaller, I think, than traditional Oracle cards. It's definitely the smallest of what I have. I mean, you can see they're like smaller than my hand. Pretty small. Each image is just like one symbol. Like a witch's bottle is this one. A Celtic heart. A familiar. Pentagram. So they all tend to be symbols associated with witches or magic or something like that. There's the back of the deck. I love this deck for so many reasons. I've never had a problem connecting with this deck, interpreting this deck, and in the little book that comes with it, every card has an incantation that was written for it, and I love that. So, let's give an example. One of the cards is a spider. The incantation for it is, a spider weaves a web with care. If it breaks, he will repair. I'll weave my web as I see fit to suit my purpose. Lickety split. That always makes me laugh when I read that one. But I really love the fact that they went so far. Like, here's what each one looks like. So on this page, you just have like some information about the symbol. Here is like the meaning, and then here's the incantation. So that's how every one of them is set up, every card. I love it. I also love the box it came in because it's like a magnetic closure. Fun. I like it a lot. It's my favorite. Number 3. What is your most used deck? What is your least used deck? That would be this one. So, this is the Wisdom in the House of Night. Now, the House of Night is a series of books. The authors are from Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is where I grew up. PC and Kristen Cass are the authors. They're a mother-daughter team. PC worked with Colette Baron Reed to make this Oracle deck. This series of books, it's a young adult series. I adore it, though. It's about vampires and vampire students, and they're also witches, so they like call circles. They do, why did my brain lose the word? They cast circles with the elements, and do rituals and things, but they're also vampires. And their goddess, and I think it's been a while since I've read any of the books, although there's new ones I need to read. I think the goddess Nyx is the one that actually created vampires. But I don't 100% remember. So, in the book series, though, the goddess Nyx is very prevalent. She talks to them. They have visions of her and things like that. She's not physically there, but spiritually. And so, when I saw that this oracle existed, I was thrilled. It's 50 cards. And it's supposed to be like Nyx's guidance for you. All the cards are based on the book. Some of them are based on specific characters in the book. Um, like one of the cards is individuality, and then it says Zoe's name next to it. Zoe is like the main character of the book. I'm having issues connecting with it though. I love a lot of things about this book. I love the House of Night. It's a beautiful deck. It's edged in silver. You can see that. Which is gorgeous. Square corners, which is a little sharp. I kind of prefer rounded corners, but that's okay. The cards are gorgeous. Just, I feel like they wrote this deck to make you feel like you're one of the students at House of Night. And because they wrote it from that point of view, you kind of have to like suspend your belief sometimes when you're reading it. So let me give you an example from the book. I believe it's the confidence card. What page is confidence on that I'm thinking of? Page 110. Let's go there together. Alright, so here is how every card is laid out. Right here is like a little part of Nick's talking to you, and the rest of it's her talking to you too, so I'm not sure why they're separated. Also, excuse my horrible looking nails right now. My nails have never been healthy, like ever in my entire life. I've tried various supplements. But I actually just took black nail polish off of them, so they look rougher than normal right now. I usually have nail polish on, so it covers the fact that they look like crap. But I haven't repainted them yet. Sorry. Alright. So, confidence. This one is based on a character in the book, too, but I don't know how to say her name, so I'm not going to butcher it. It's a pretty card, though. Actually, let me get the card for you, just so you can see. I'll show you some of the cards, and then I'll read that. How about that? So, like, here is the High Priestess of Air. Very pretty. The High Priestess of Earth. Very pretty. The High Priestess of Fire. Again, very pretty. I don't think that's two cards together. Nope, it's not. Okay. This one is called Message. It means you're going to get a message today. This one is called Love. I love the way they did this card. This card is called Differences. So notice there's a black cat and a white cat, and then notice in the middle there's an apple and an orange. Because that's like the kind of cliche, like apples and oranges comparing two different things. I think that is hilarious, and I think it's genius, honestly. Let's see, I need to find that confidence one. This one's called Vision and has Aphrodite on it. She's one of the vampire characters in the book. I don't want to show you like everything. This will be too long. Let me try to find the confidence one, since at least I'm going to read about that one. But do I have it on this side? No, I don't. Where's it at? Oh, this is one of the cutest ones, so I have to show it to you. Playful. Little kitty. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. I can't help it. It's cute. It actually really, here's confidence. There's the confidence card we're going to talk about. And this is one of the characters in the book. There's a lot of things I really like about this deck, but I find it hard to use on a daily basis. And some of it is because, like I said, I feel like it was written for younger people who want to feel like they're part of the book. You know what I mean? Like, okay, here's confidence. There are a few of my chosen ones who have the confidence and courage to live forever. Remember, this is Nick's talking. There is one such immortal being who has kept this oracle safe in a castle in the Isle of Skye to be given to you when the time is right. This time is now. This is your time. The world needs you. So, I haven't read all of it. I'm going to stop there. that's one example, though, of, to me, it's like just trying to make you make you feel like you're part of the books. And I'm not a fan of that. Because I know the books aren't a real world. I'm well aware of this. Like it says, there's one such immortal being who's kept this oracle safe in a castle in the Isle of Skye. The Isle of Skye is a location in the book. To be given to you when the time is right. So, you know that storyline that happens in a lot of books, movies, and games where the main character is like the chosen one who has to... Yeah, that's kind of what this is. It's kind of one of those type of scenarios. Zoe, the main character, is like the chosen one, or like the one that has to stop everything. I don't think they necessarily ever refer to her as a chosen one, but it's like that type of storyline, Much is going to be asked of you as you move through life's challenges and receive my gifts. Know that I have chosen you. Oh, look. And that you have everything you need to make the right decision. Walk with your head held high and take the next step toward your goal with confidence. I will be with you every step of the way. So I think, like, part of that is really great because it's about confidence, as the card says, right? I feel like it gets a little too unreal. Because it's set in a fictional universe. Like, it doesn't take believing in magic to believe it's real, because it's not, because it's a fictional universe. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I kind of want to give it a chance still, just because I love the book so much. Although looking at it really makes me want to go back to the books. But it's been like years since I've read any of them. I feel like I would have to go back and reread them from the beginning again, Like, to remember what the hell is happening. Like, there's certain things I can remember from it, but, like, especially, like, the most recent stuff, I don't remember. I have to reread them all. Anyway, I still want to try to give it a chance, but it's definitely my least used. How did you learn to read oracle cards? From the books. That's how. I mean, I learned tarot first, and oracle cards are similar when it comes to interpreting them and using them. Yeah, they're a completely different setup. There's not a set way for oracle decks to be, unlike tarot, where they're all pretty much 78 cards and major arcana, minor arcana, and all that. But it's still a similar way of doing things. You have a card with an image. The image means something, and you kind of use your... To me, intuition is pretty much always used in tarot and oracle, even if it's just a little bit, because you can read the meaning out of the book all day, but you still have to figure out how to fit that meaning to what you're trying to answer. Whatever. I can't think of an example. But you still have to be the one to figure out, even if you're reading it out of the book, how to make that meaning fit, how it fits. And that's where you use your intuition, I feel. So I feel oracle cards are read the same way. I feel that I use the books, obviously, a lot more on these, though. Because when it comes to tarot, as you learn the cards, you can pretty much take that meaning from deck to deck to deck, for the most part. Especially if they're based in the same system, like the Rider-Waite-Smith system. Every deck that's based on that system, the Ace of Cups is going to have a similar meaning, and things like that. And so you can kind of have that base meaning regardless of which deck you look at, and then you can use the symbols and images in your intuition and things like that to take that farther. But you know the base meanings of the cards because you've been doing the cards for a while and you got it. I'm still getting there. I know a very good portion of cards, a very decent portion. However, with Oracle, each deck is completely different. I can't take the meaning of a gargoyle in this deck, and, there's a gargoyle in the fairy deck, and, that's not a thing. So, with Oracle decks, at least for a while, I feel you really need to use the book. I definitely recommend drawing a card a day with Oracle decks, because that will help you learn the cards. Like with this deck, since I use this one the most, there are quite a few cards in here that I now know the meaning without looking at the book. I still like to look at the book because I like to read that little incantation. But like the spider, I know what it means. It's talking about creating your own reality, weaving your own web. And also, you know, when a spider's web gets torn down, what do? They rebuild. So it's like, it talks about two things in that card. So I am learning them, but I feel like this definitely takes more time using the book. Let's see. Where am I at? Number 6. What do you use Oracle cards for? I like to use them for daily draws. I very much like to do a daily draw with them. I usually, for my daily draws, I do it in the morning, and I will ask something like, you know, what does this deck want me to know today? Or what do my spirit guides want me to know from this deck today? That sort of thing. And I just, whatever deck I choose for the day, it's just whatever kind of feels right. Or whichever one first comes to my mind, something like that. That's how I choose which one I'm going to draw from. In March, one of the challenges I did on Instagram, I actually used an Oracle deck for. I used this one. It was the Chakra Divination Challenge. So that's why I know this one so much better, is because I used it the entire month of March. So, yeah. I've learned a lot about them from doing daily draws, though. The other thing I like to use them for is to supplement a tarot reading. So, once the tarot reading's over, pull an oracle from whatever deck, you know, seems to fit, and, you know, that's kind of a supplement, additional information, something like that to the reading. Alright, number 7, how do you read the cards? Guidebook, intuitively, or a bit of both? A bit of both. Until I learn enough that I don't have to use the guidebook. Because I want to know what the people who created the deck intended, right? So, like, here's the only one I haven't shown yet, the Enchanted Map Oracle. Love this deck, it's gorgeous. It was also Colette Baron Reed, so it's set up, it looks similar to the House of Night one. This one is edged in gold. It has rounded corners, though, and I do prefer rounded corners. You know, there's some cards you may not need to read the book on, like listening. Okay, if you look at this, there's an elephant. There's a little bird. Oh, see, there's a little bird right there sitting on his head. You can see music notes coming out. Obviously, this card's about listening, right? And not just with your ears, but with your heart. So there's some you could interpret without it, but I always want to know what it was intended. What was the intended meaning for that card? And then I can use my intuition to figure out how to apply that meaning. Or as I learn the cards better, you know, I may decide that actually the traditional book meaning, this book, may not be what actually fits this reading, because I've worked with the cards enough to get to that point. I just feel like with Oracle decks, I love them because I feel like they're a little more direct. I feel like they're a little more, what's the word? I don't know. I love Oracle decks, I really do. But I do use the book a lot more on them, at least until I get to know pretty much every card in the deck without the book. Alright, do you use spreads? So far, the only spread I've done with Oracle decks is a past, present, future. I mainly just do one card draws with them. That's what I like to use them for. Do you mix Oracle cards with other divination systems like tarot and runes? I mix them with tarot. I already mentioned that. Those are the only two divination systems I use. In your opinion, what makes for a great deck? For me, it just needs to have images that are appealing to me, a theme that's appealing to me, and, you know, good meanings. Like, especially since Oracle decks all vary from deck to deck, it needs to have a decent guidebook with it. You know, all of these that I've shown have a pretty hefty guidebook with them. You know, I mean, even the Witch's Oracle, it's a small guidebook, but you know, it's enough. It's like 2 pages on every card. It needs to have a decent guidebook that explains. I feel like I have a fuzzy right here. It's driving me crazy. That explains what the cards are, you know, what they mean. So as long as it has good artwork that appeals to me, or the theme of the deck appeals to me, like fairies, and a decent guidebook, I'm good. I already read that one. Number 11. What do you feel are the differences between tarot and oracle cards? Hang on just a second. I was about to reach the limit of my file size, so I had to stop recording and start again because my camera will divide it into smaller files if I go past that, but then the transition between the 2 files is awful. Like the audio distorts there and stuff, so I just stopped recording and started again. Anyway, differences between tarot and oracle cards. So tarot follows a pretty set system. There are a few different systems in place, like the Rider-Waite or the Sauce, I don't know how you say it, things like that. But for the most part, they're going to have 78 cards, they're going to have 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana. The minor arcana are going to be divided up into 4 suits for the most part. For the most part, those 4 suits are going to be along the lines of cups, swords, wands, and pentacles. Some decks may rename those. I have a deck that renames cups to chalices, which is basically the same thing, and wands to books, and pentacles to spheres. So, excuse me. The minor arcana generally goes 1 to 10, and then there's 4 suit cards. That can vary from deck to deck a little bit, but for the most part, that's what you're going to get. And like I was saying, if you have multiple decks that are based on the same system, like the Rider-Waite-Smith system, for example, you're going to be able to take what you learned on this deck and use it with this deck. So, for the most part, that's true. Whereas Oracle, they have nothing to do with each other. What I learned in this deck will not help me with this deck. It just won't. I mean, you know, some things, like, if I work with this deck and, like, develop my own intuition further, obviously that's going to help me with any deck, because my intuition's more heightened. But just, like, the things I learn about this deck, I can't translate to this deck. You know, I can't translate them to this deck. So, I think that's the biggest difference, is Oracle cards are so varied. The decks are different sizes, there's no set system, each one has their own theme, like, I love them though. Sorry. Let me just take a drink. How about that? Do you have any super unusual, unique decks? Well, you've seen all 4 I have. I don't think any of them are super unusual. I think the House of Night one's a little unique because it's based on that book series. And I think the Witch's Oracle one is unique because it has an incantation with every card. And so far, I've never seen or heard of another Oracle deck that does that. So I think that's a unique aspect of it. Number 13, what's your current deck crush? Well, let's talk about my Oracle deck wish list now, shall we? I told you I have 4, but want many more, right? Let me just tell you how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, wait, 13. Counted one that was terrible. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 Oracle decks on my wish list. Now, I think probably my next one, though, probably like my biggest crush, so to speak, is going to be Spirit de la Lune. It's a round deck. Hang on, I'll pull up a picture for you. I probably should have had this pulled up ahead of time. Spirit de la Lune. There we go. It's a round deck based around the moon. It's just gorgeous. Like 56 cards. And I'm trying to find decent pictures. Like you can see there's all the cards stacked up. I don't know how well that's going to show. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll insert some pictures into the video. There's some more pictures. Where is... Oh, their Instagram has a lot of good pictures, actually. Open. I don't... Go away. I'm not... My phone's yelling at me because I didn't go to the Instagram app. So, like, here's a picture of 3 cards that they posted on Instagram for the full moon. Just a gorgeous deck, and I've always felt really connected to the moon and the moon's energies. I wear a crescent moon necklace every day. I've always felt more connected to the dark goddesses, like Nyx. Before I ever started reading the House of Night, I felt connected with the goddess Nyx. When I was a child, I was always very interested in Artemis, who had something to do with the moon. The Greek goddess Selene was one I loved for a while. I don't mean I don't love her anymore. She's just not as prevalent in my life. But all of the like dark goddesses, like both moon related as well as just like dark and shadow, are kind of what I gravitate towards. You're not gonna see me probably with a more light goddess. I do really like Persephone a lot, and she has both aspects, light and dark. It's one of the things that appeals to me about her so much. So, anyway, my current crush, there's like 18 of them, but the next one I'm going to get is Spirit de la Lune. Alright, there's only like one question left. Yes, number 14, last question. If you could only use one deck from now on, what would it be? That would be this one. This one. I love this one so much. My second favorite is the Enchanted Map. So I would probably consider this one too, but I'd go with the Witch's Oracle. Alright, well, if you are an Oracle reader and you have your own channel, I would love to see you do this video as well. Let me know that you did it so I know to go check it out. And if you're not a tarot reader or Oracle reader, or you don't have a channel, I can't speak the words right now. You don't have a YouTube channel, so you're not going to do a video, feel free to answer in the comments. Just tell me in the comments like what your answers to these questions are. I will put the questions in the comment, as well as link to the person who started the tag. Imogene? I don't know how to say her name, and I don't want to butcher it, so I'll just link to her. Alright, well, thank you for being with me on this like 30-minute video. Sorry. I do love Oracle decks though. Alright, I wish you love and light. Have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!